Hey folks, I'm so excited today. It's a Monday afternoon, I'm in Brisbane, and guess who I'm talking to?
Who?
Greg Page.
Oh, me.
You.
I'm here. Yeah.
Greg, how are you?
Good, thanks, Caroline. How are you?
I'm terrific.
Good.
I'm more thrilled that I'm here talking to you. The very first Yellow Wiggle founder, and and here we are today talking about you being in the musical Annie.
I know. Who would have thought? All those years in the Wiggles.
Would you have thought?
No, gosh, no.
No.
I'm very, very grateful that I've had the opportunity.
Yeah.
But I would never have thought.
Well, I think this is exciting because the stage musical has been around for many, many years.
Yeah.
As the film has,
Yep.
and obviously in different, actors that have portrayed it. But you're starring with, the mighty voice and actor, Anthony Wilmore.
Incredible. I mean, yes, there's just no words really to describe the talent of that man. I mean, Anthony Warlow is just, he's a national treasure. Like, he literally is.
Yes.
That is a thing.
Yes.
It's a real thing. He's a national treasure. And yeah, it's just a real joy to share the stage with Anthony, but also for me, as being in my first musical, to learn from him. I've learned so much, and he's been so generous with his support and advice and guidance, and yeah, it really is. It's more than a dream come true, really, for me. So I'm just loving it.
Can you share a little bit more about that? Because obviously you've been playing down south, and what was it like to first up know that you were going to be in a musical, and what have been some of the highlights for you?
Well, look, it was nerve-wracking, to be honest with you, because I'd never been in a musical, other than in high school.
But you're a wiggle. You've
Oh,
performed
but it's different. It is a different art form, a very different art form, and a lot of that I've had to learn from Anthony, and again, his advice and support and guidance has been so valuable, because it really is an art form, and you can't take it for granted. You've got to really appreciate that when an audience comes to a show, the show has to be good. And the show isn't just one person, it's everybody. And if one person on that stage isn't delivering, it can really change an audience's perception of what the show is, and it can reflect on every other performer. So I was very conscious of that. I didn't want to be the token, celebrity performer coming in, even though I was.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I'm delivering a good performance that doesn't reflect badly on anybody else. Because people are paying good money to come and see a show, have an experience, and go away thinking, oh my gosh, I just had the best time at that show. Because so many people do have such an affiliation and a nostalgic perception of Annie. It's been a part of their lives from such a young age.
Yes.
It holds such value in their world that you have to give them that value when they come along to see the show.
That makes it very special.
Yeah, it is. It is a special show.
Yeah, it is. Well, the song list.
Oh my gosh.
And you're playing the U.S. president.
Yeah, Franklin Roosevelt. Yeah.
Yeah, very powerful role. And he had polio, so you're in a wheelchair. And obviously the one of the most incredible songs, Tomorrow, is the key point of this production. That obviously for your role encourages you to do better.
Turn the country around.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Try and get the country out of the depression that it's in.
Yeah.
And I love that. I'm, for me, that was one of the things that I loved about this opportunity, is that it's a story of hope, and a story, and that moment in the White House where Annie comes in, and the cabinet and the president are in disarray, wondering how they're going to get the country through the depression, what's going to turn it around. Well, in Annie, it's this little 11-year-old girl whose view of the world is, the sun will come out tomorrow will be a better day. And that is the inspiration that changes America in Annie, the musical. So to be in that scene and be the president, I love it. It's just magical.
Politically, wouldn't it be nice?
If it were that easy. If it were only that easy. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that alone is, you know, fantastic to, you know, to work with, you know, and I believe the Annies, there's a few of them.
Yeah. So we had 4 Annies in Sydney. We've got 3 in Melbourne.
Yeah.
One of the Sydney Annies came down to Melbourne, so we've worked with what's that? 4 and 2, 6 different Annies so far. And yeah, the talent. You know, not just the Annies, but the orphans. You know, we have 3 different groups of orphans that work with us throughout the week, and I mean, I'm just in awe of these. I'll call them kids, and that's not meant disrespectfully.
No,
they are children,
They are.
but they are talented performers, and I think that, you know, gosh, to be able to do this at their age, wow, they've got some real chutzpah about them. You know, to be able to get on stage, perform for an audience of, you know, 1,200 in Sydney. I think we had 2,000 people at the Capitol Theatre there in Sydney. It's not a small feat. It's a big feat, and they're pulling it off remarkably, getting rave reviews from the people that come along to the shows.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's incredible, it really is.
Yeah. So after every performance, you must feel on such a high.
Yeah, it's funny, like, it's a different world to doing theatre performances,
Yeah.
because we finish it late at night,
Yeah.
compared to what we used to do with the Wiggles. So in the Wiggles we do daytime shows. Yes, we do matinees with Annie, but then if we do a matinee, we back up for a nighttime show, so that's a 7 o'clock show. And yeah, I mean, look, it's not a hugely physically demanding show, but there is still that energy, because you've connected with the audience, and you know, the show ends, we do the bows, and we sing a reprise of Tomorrow, and that, you know, it's such a great song, and it leaves the audience with this buzzing energy, and we have that too as performers.
Yeah.
So for me, finish the show, get home, back to the hotel, and it takes me a while to wind down for that adrenaline to kind of get out of the
Yes.
system.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of similar to the Wiggles in some ways, because that same energy and connection that you have with the audience, whilst they're different songs in Annie, and it's a different medium of performance, you know, it's not the same kind of energetic performance, but the energy is still there with the connection with the crowd and the audience that come along to see the show, and they all leave, and you feel it when you walk out a stage door and people are walking past. You hear the buzz, you hear them talking about it, and I love, you know, if you're walking home after the show, you sort of just file in with the crowd, and there's people in front of you that they don't know you're there,
Yeah.
and they'll be talking about the show, and you get to hear their feedback. It's really quite cool.
Oh,
And you know, sometimes you say, oh, you know, that guy from the Wiggles was in it, and I didn't know he was going to be in it. Oh, wasn't it funny at the end when he came out and did the wiggle fingers? And yeah, it's just really interesting. They don't know you're there, and they don't know that they're talking about you, and you're right behind them. So it's pretty cool, but the buzz is still the same, and you hear people say, oh my gosh, you know, it was different than I thought it was going to be. I saw it back in 2012, or I saw the movie, and yeah, it's just really great to hear them talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Had you been a big fan of Annie? You
Look,
know,
I
like
wouldn't
the
say a
film,
big
or-
fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of a lot of different things for a number of reasons. And I think for me, Annie sticks out because I was so young when I first saw it promoted on TV.
Yes.
In Australia, it was first here as a theatre production in '79, so I was 7. And I remember that being promoted on TV. And the cartoon strips, the Little Orphan Annie cartoon strips, right?
Yes.
I remember those in
Yeah,
the newspaper.
yeah.
So for me, it wasn't so much as like I was a big fan of the musical. I was a fan of the history of Annie. I remember the movie coming out in the 80s. I remember the stage show coming back in 2000 and 2012, and I knew that Anthony was in those,
Yes.
and you know, I certainly knew the name Anthony Warlow. So all of those things combined, for me, when I was asked to be in the production of Annie, it was just like, oh my gosh, is this actually real? Am I actually being asked to be in Annie the musical? Because it is so well loved and revered by people that you have to respect that, you know, and you take every performance seriously,
Yeah.
because people come along and they want to see what they love about Annie. You can't deride that. You have to make sure that you're giving people what they want to see. And yeah, look, I love the challenge of being in a musical.
Well, does this mean you're going to be addicted to more stage?
I don't know. Look,
productions, or-
I'd like to do more.
Yeah.
I guess it comes down to what the roles might be and who would want to have me in those roles. Hopefully, there's producers out there now that might look at me and think, oh yeah, he
Yeah.
might be good for that role or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd certainly definitely consider it because I love it. I've loved this experience. I'm sure I'd love more.
Yeah.
So I would like to explore that further.
Have you ever thought about writing a musical?
Oh, only today actually.
Hello.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking with Cinnamon, the publicist, and
Yeah.
talking. A couple of things have come to mind. I thought it'd be funny. There's a couple of music. I'm not going to blow what they are.
No, keep it
here.
hush.
I'm going to keep it hush hush because yeah, I'd like to try and write some. I have thought about doing some before, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a couple of things that came up today. I thought, oh, that'd be so cool to write those musicals. Yeah.
Well, you've got to tell Hush Hush first.
Oh
when you
yes,
do it.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I'm so thrilled to hear that your excitement about
Oh, yeah.
production.
It's
and,
awesome.
You know, and obviously Brisbane has to wait until,
Yes,
December.
that time will pass quick though. I can
Oh.
tell you now, it'll be here before you know it. So
Absolutely.
if you haven't got tickets yet,
Yes.
make sure you get them because they are going to go. They're not going to hang around.
No.
They're on sale,
Yes.
so don't wait.
Very limited
Mhm.
because it's only going till the end of January.
End of January, yeah.
Yeah,
We can't
so-
go any longer. Unfortunately, I'd love to
Yeah.
do more, but yeah,
Yeah.
end of January,
Yeah.
and yes,
And
there won't be
that's-
more.
That's it, folks. So you better, yeah.
That's
we
all,
will,
folks.
We'll, that's all, folks.
That's all,
Yes,
folks.
That's all, folks. All right. Thank you, Greg.
Pleasure.
It's-
Thank you.
I just absolutely can't wait to see you. And yeah, and
Hope you
thank
enjoy it.
talking to Hush Hush Films.
Pleasure.
There we go. Over and out.